Hello and welcome to the Daily Brown Bag. Today we're going to be talking about Penguin 3.1, or at least the algorithm update that used to be called 3.1. I'm Chad Hill and I'm joined by Adam Stetzer.
Good afternoon, Chad. Welcome to the Brown Bag. Yeah, we got some confusing news that we're going to hopefully help try to sort out, or at least add what we might know or not know. Chad, I mean, the history of Penguin 3 from this fall, of course, is that on October 18th, a much anticipated release, incremental release for Penguin, which was named 3.0, came out. A lot of big changes. People have been waiting for a year since the Penguin of 2013, in many cases, to see recovery if they've been working on cleaning up their link profile or if they put in disavows, to see that really take effect. There was a lot of confusion, and of course this is the first time we've had a big release where Matt Cutts was not the voice, the singular voice of Google's web spam team. Instead, we were getting information from several sources, including from Mueller and the team in Europe. And some of that turned out to be a little bit of misinformation. I can recall back on the week of the 18th in October, when Penguin 3 first came out, it was first reported that it was over and it was done. We were watching rankings, getting phone calls, trying to figure this out. Later it came out, oh, it's still rolling, and there was contradictory information from Google. So that leads up to this recent set of events, as at least I know, and then I'll ask for your input, Chad. On the 27th, which I think was Thanksgiving, there was another big shakeup in the algorithm, and speculation early this morning was that this was a Penguin 3.1 incremental release that had hit the streets over the Thanksgiving holiday. But I know now there's debate and maybe some new information direct from Google that says, well, this isn't actually a different release, but is somehow still the continuing rollout of Penguin 3 from October 18th, which I'm sure then thoroughly confuses everybody. To make things worse, Chad, I know we've been watching over the last month and a half, working with some clients who had problems, doing some cleanup, and seeing some of these people recover, as well as seeing new people get hit who were not hit in the first release on October 18th. What can you add to the discussion today?
Yeah, Adam, it is interesting, and I think Barry Schwartz does a nice job. I think he has some good connections with Google, but he published this idea that it was a 3.1 update, and then there's some interesting news on his website, seroundtable.com, where he does post confirmation that the Penguin, this is still Penguin 3.0 rolling out. He has some sources at Google that confirmed it, so it is actually not a 3.1. But I think it is a very interesting question here, like how long does it take an algorithm to roll out? And Google has very big computers. These things operate fairly quickly, and the idea that a rollout takes more than a month seems a little strange. But this is the new world of Penguin 3.0, and it is a new world, as you said, Adam, without Matt Cutts kind of, I think, we're being a little bit more, divulging a little bit more information than maybe Google was comfortable with, so they're changing up the style. We have seen a lot of contradictory things coming out of Google, where some people say Penguin's rolled out, some people say it hasn't. So it's definitely different. I think at this point, really, we don't know exactly how Penguin's going to work going forward. Is this something that now is on and will just continue to roll out forever, or is it like it was last year, where it hit on October 4th of 13, and then was another year until October 18th of 2014 before it changed again? I'd like to say that, and I think we've talked about this, that even though these updates do tend to shake things up and they're a little scary for everyone involved, that the idea that you have to wait a year to fix something that could have gone wrong is very, very difficult for many small businesses and very frustrating. So I'd like to think that Penguin will become something, even if it occasionally does impact small business websites or any website, that it's something that you can quickly diagnose, make changes, and get back in the game. So I think we'll just have to wait and see, but if you were impacted on the 18th, Penguin 3.0, it probably makes sense to check your rankings, because we have been seeing firsthand and also hearing reports of people who were hit on the 18th and now have recovered a month later. So that for them is certainly great news, and we'll have to see how this unfolds.
Yeah, I think you're right, Chad. The couple things we know for certain is we've never seen a rollout take a month and a half before. So you're right, that would be a very new posture for Google to take, and does not seem likely. They can take several days, but they seem to work a little faster than that. And as you've said, we've definitely seen people who, calls from customers coming in who had problems on October 18th, and some of which, Chad, were a little bit of a head scratcher to us when we looked at them, seeing some recovery. today. So that may be good news if there were some false positives in their initial attempt at Penguin. On the flip side, I know we've been tracking some folks, even including some folks we don't work with, just because we're interested in what happened and we know their backlink profiles who actually got hit between October 18th and today. So again, hard to know if that was part of this incremental rolling out or was some other manual action. But that's everything we know. Hopefully it's helpful. Thanks for coming to the Brown Bag, and as always, we'll ask that you subscribe to our video series.